Guys, we're going to go through page 10 of the geometry pack now, and this page is all about circles and parts of circles and what they're called. Okay, so the first ones we're going to look at are probably ones that you've seen before, and that is B. So a line from the center of the circle to the outside of a circle is called a radius. Excuse my handwriting. If you go all the way through the center of the circle to both sides of the circle, that is called a diameter. So you might have seen things with a certain diameter or things with a certain radius, because those shapes basically define what a circle is. The other one you may have seen before is this one, the outside of a circle, and we have a special name for that, and it's called the circumference. Oh dear. Okay, the others you may not have come across before, so I'll introduce you to those. This one makes complete sense once you hear it. This is called an arc, okay, and you probably have heard the word arc mentioned in this context, which is part of a curve. Part C, we're talking about the area in this one. Now the area contained here is a semicircle, okay, so semicircle, but a semicircle is an example of a sector. Okay, and we'll come to what a sector is in a bit more detail in a moment. We've got these next two. Okay, all right, so this is a little wedge of our circle, and it is called a sector. So a sector is an area contained within radii, so radiuses, and the circumference. So anything that's contained between radii and the circumference is a sector. Now this is called a minor sector, this green bit here. The remaining white bit is also a sector because it's also contained within radii and the circumference, but that would be called the major sector. On G, we've got a straight line which just touches the circle. It doesn't go inside the circle at any point, just touches it once on the outside about there, and this is called a tangent. So if somebody goes off on a tangent, imagine if you were spinning something around on a bit of string and then you let go, it would travel off in a straight line. Okay, we've got another line on part H which goes through the circle, but it doesn't go through the center, and that is called a chord. And when we draw a chord, we split the circle into two different bits of area. Okay, so this bit up here, this green bit, is this part shaded in. Okay, and that has a slightly different name to this sort of area in the circle, and this is called a segment, and people always mix them up. The way I remember them is that this kind of looks like a chocolate orange segment, if you ever have those at Christmas. You know, you never can quite eat the core bit. They don't go right to the middle of the chocolate orange. Okay, so that's a segment. And this, again, is a major segment. This would be the minor segment. This would be the major segment. Okay, so now that we know those words, we can put them into use. So question 2, what is OA? So from O to A, we almost always use O as the center of a circle, by the way. That would be a radius. From A to C, so going all the way across the circle through the center, that's a diameter. C to O, it doesn't matter if you go O to C or C to O, it is still a radius because it just goes from the center to the outside. C to D, so that is a chord. It touches two parts of the circumference, but doesn't go through the center. C to A is the same as A to C, really, so that's a diameter. O to D is another radius. A to D is another chord. And B to C is yet another chord. Okay, and the final bit, I wonder if I can just, no, I can't scroll down to that. But if we were to do a perpendicular bisector of each of these lines, I can't really do it on the software I'm on, you would find that the perpendicular bisectors cross in the centre of the circle. Okay, so it's an easy way to find the centre of a circle. Okay, thanks for watching.